Greetings and welcome. You're invited to join our very talented actors for the stage play reading of the Worth Avenue Quartet, a play where style, surprises, and second chances collide on the glamorous Worth Avenue of Palm Beach. You will meet 4 memorable characters: a resolute boutique owner whose dreams of haute couture are threatened by heartbreak and mounting debt, her good-looking, misunderstood son who is hiding from the law after being wrongly accused of dealing drugs, a determined policeman searching for answers, but perhaps finding more than he bargained for, and lastly, the boutique's eccentric, brilliant designer, whose flair for fashion is matched only by his fascination with the unexpected. Please enjoy the performance.
A pretty girl is like a melody.
Corey, what are you doing here? What's wrong? What happened? What kind of trouble are you in now?
Jason and I were at a club where some of the kids were doing drugs, but not me, Mom. I promise, not me. And it got raided. Fortunately, I was close to one of the exit doors, and I ran out, and I didn't stop running until I got here.
Whose jacket is that?
Oh, I think it's Jason's. I was in such a hurry, I must have picked it up by mistake.
Oh my God! If you got caught with those, they'll put you right in jail.
Mom, I
if
promise
your
this is
father
not
were
mine.
alive, that never would have happened. What the hell am I going to do with you?
I can't talk now. I'm sure those cops are going to come knocking at the door any minute. I gotta hide.
Go to the back, the dressing room area. Can I help you?
Sorry to bother you, ma'am, but we're after an individual who we believe is in this area. And since you're the only store that's open on the avenue, I thought he may have attempted to come in here.
No one came in here. I'm here this late because I have a big fashion show coming up next week, and I really have to get back to work, but if anyone shows up, I'll definitely call you.
I understand. I'll just take a quick look around and satisfy the chief out there and leave.
What did this individual you're looking for do?
We raided a club where some drug dealers were selling their junk. That's who we're after. I hate those bastards.
I do too, but as you can see, there's no drug dealer here.
What's that? Someone's in there. Who's there? Come out. I know you're in there. Oh. Who are you?
My name is Corey.
Irene. Kareen's her name. Kareen, and she is one of my models. I told you I'm preparing for next week's fashion show. Well, I hate to break this up, but I do have a lot of work to do.
Yes, I can see that. I'll leave you ladies alone.
Who is this beautiful creature? Where did you find her?
This is Kareen. I found her profile online.
Online? Oh, I thought you were going to say heaven. She's absolutely perfect for my designs. What a relief. Oh, now we don't have to go searching any further, and I can go back and sketch and get the tailors working. We are going to have some show. Good night, ladies.
I don't know how the hell you came up with this idea, but I have to admit it's very clever.
Yeah, very clever. Now what the hell am I supposed to do? And by the way, what's with the name? You first came up with the name Irene, then quickly changed it to Corey. Where'd that come from?
Oh, my mother used to sometimes call you Irene when you were very young.
Yeah. Irene? Why would she call me Irene?
That was the name of my baby sister.
I never knew you had a sister.
She died. She was a change of life baby, so she was much younger than me. I was a senior in high school when she was born.
What happened to her?
She and my father died in a car accident. They got hit by a drunk driver who ran a red light.
It's awful.
My mother was never the same. I could see her slowly beginning to fail, and by the time you were born, your dad and I decided it would be best if she stayed with us in the guest house. She loved playing with you.
How is she beginning to fail? Mentally? Physically?
Physically, she was fine, but we began to notice that her recent memory began to fail, and she increasingly seemed depressed, except when she was with you and calling you Irene.
How old was I?
2, almost 3.
What happened to her?
One afternoon, I came home from the store and heard singing from the guest house. When I went in, I saw that she had dressed you as a girl and was dancing with you and singing Goodnight Irene. She'd even painted your fingernails.
It's wild. What did you do?
Well, I realized that she had reached the tipping point, and your father and I put her in a home for Alzheimer's sufferers. She continued to deteriorate quickly, and she died in about a year.
Hold on. You're telling me that when I was 3 years old, my grandmother dresses me as a girl, puts nail polish on me, calls me Irene, and dances with me, and I can't remember any of that? How come?
Maybe you didn't want to.
What do you mean?
Well, that's a question for Freud to answer, not me. The question I have to now answer is, how do we make you the star of this show?
Mom, this is nuts. I don't care what Carlisle thinks. I'll never be able to pull this off.
Oh, I wouldn't be so sure about that. You just fooled 2 people. We might just make it work. But right now, I want you to get out of those clothes. That outfit cost a fortune.
I'm sorry to bother you again. It's just on my way home, but I have to tell you, all I've been able to think about is, what did you say your name is? Corinne?
Yes, Kareem?
Look, I'm usually not this forward, and I know it's a long shot, but I was just wondering, could I get your phone number? Maybe we could,
Look, we have a very busy schedule right now. The fashion show is next week, and Corinne will be too busy to meet anyone till the show is over.
I understand. Hey, any time in the future works for me. Just think it over. The other reason I came back was to tell you that I'll be back here again tomorrow. Chief is convinced the individual we're after is holed up somewhere in this area. I told him I would personally check out all the places. That way I can keep, this place from being bothered by a bunch of cops running in and out.
Thank you for that. Now we really have to get back to work.
You really are something. Thank you.
For what?
For being so beautiful. See you both tomorrow.
Oh, this is great. This is really great. I got a guy who's got the hots for me, and I've got a designer who wants to make dresses for me.
You forgot to mention a mother who wants to wring your neck. How did you manage that? Or should I say those?
Good morning.
Good morning. You're starting your day early.
Well, I promised the chief I would check all the stores, and I wanted to start off here because I thought Corinne, you and Corinne could use a cup of coffee after a late night. Oh, my goodness, you have one of those too.
Oh, yes, it was here when my husband bought the store. You have one?
I bought mine at a secondhand store. My wife got a bad case of the tremors, so she could hardly write. Got so bad she could barely sign her name.
Have you had any luck catching whoever it was you were looking for?
No, but we nabbed this Jason kid who was there last night. Bartender told us that he is one of his regular customers. Apparently this Jason was talking to another guy, and when we arrived, they both bolted out the back door.
Well, so if this Jason kid is who you're looking for, why are you still looking?
Because we checked this kid out. He had nothing on him, but we think he knows who the drug dealer is. Maybe the guy he ran out of the bar with. That's who we're looking for. Jason is just a small-time punk. He has a record for some minor violations, so we'll scare him enough to talk. I Brought Corina coffee too. Is she here?
No, she had a long night, so I told her she should come in later.
How long have you been in this business? How'd you get started?
Oh, I started off as an aspiring model. That's how I met my husband. He owned this store. He developed cancer. It was very aggressive. He only lasted 6 months.
Oh, I'm sorry. I know how tough it is. I lost my wife too.
That's too bad. Did she die of cancer too?
No. Alcohol and drugs. It's hard to fight addiction. I tried everything, but the dealers always found a way to give her supplies. Well, that's why I joined drug enforcement. I wanted to get those sons of bitches who are pushing this stuff. I thank God we didn't have any kids. I'd go crazy if one of my kids got hooked. Do you have any kids?
Yes, one boy, and you're right about the drugs. It's my biggest fear. I know a few of his friends are doing some kind of drugs. In fact, one of them died of an overdose. Is that what happened to your wife?
No. She took her own life in a way that was even harder on me.
How come?
Oh, it's twice the guilt, probably 3 times.
I don't understand.
I was an alcoholic. I was in complete denial at first, but then I knew I needed help. I met my wife at an AA meeting. We convinced ourselves we had reached a point where we could control our drinking, so we left. Turned out I was right and she was wrong. It took me a while to realize it, maybe because I didn't want to, and also because she was good at hiding it. Anyway, somehow one of those bars she used to sneak into during the day, she met a dealer, and he worked out something with her that he would supply her drugs in exchange for sex.
She told you all that?
She didn't have to tell me. I could see it in her mood swings and in her increasing physical weakness. She developed that severe tremor. She lost a lot of weight. Oh, but the kicker came when she caught a very bad STD. It was so bad her doctor had to report it to the health officials, I think.
What did they do?
Oh, they were able to convince her to identify the dealer before they both infected anybody else. That set up guilt number 2 for me.
Oh, why should you feel guilty about that? You had nothing to do with her drug problem.
In a way, I did. Turned out the dealer was a guy I had busted a couple of years before on a stolen vehicle charge. And I allowed him to convince me that if I pleaded to the judge on his behalf, more lenient sentence, he'd go straight. I was still a rookie. I was naive enough to believe him.
Oh, now you're being too hard on yourself. You could never have thought this would happen.
You're right. I never thought it would, but it did.
Well, it seems to me that you're beating yourself up for things that were out of your control. You mentioned there was a third thing you felt guilty about?
She left a note.
What did it say?
I don't know. I never opened it.
Why not?
I'm afraid it would tear me apart. I'm sure there's blame in there, and I still haven't got any emotional reserve after all this time. I still can't face it. Maybe one day, I don't know.
Blame? Why are you jumping to that conclusion? There are many other possibilities.
There may be, but hey, if you don't mind, I don't really want to talk anymore about it now. But thanks for listening. I had no intention of going into all of this when I came here today. What I did come here for was to find out if there was any possibility of, getting a phone number for Corrine.
I'm sorry, Clayton, but there are strict rules regarding our models, and to be blunt, Corrine is too young for you.
You're right. I know that. Maybe it was because she was flirting with me that I think I had a shot. To be honest with you, up to now, I've really had no desire to date since my wife died. And someone did come here last night. Could it be that this got dropped when he heard us coming in the front door? Could it be that you know the individual we're looking for?
Yes, it was my son, but when he ran out of the club, he picked up someone else's jacket and that bag was in it. It fell out when he rushed out the back door last night when you came in. I grabbed it and hid it under the counter. Everything happened so fast and I was so nervous, I forgot it was there. But my son is innocent. Please, you've got to believe me. He's innocent. I raised him to be a good boy. That junk is someone else's, not his.
Well, like you, I have some rules that I should obey. But sometimes we can somehow bend those rules a little. Maybe I can bend mine, and maybe you can bend yours.
Corrine will be here tonight after closing hours to try on some outfits. I'll arrange with her to spend some time here with you, but I can't promise anything else. But I will do that only if you promise not to press any charges on my son.
I'll see you tonight.
Oh, you won't believe what I found.
What are those?
I was at the workshop refining some of my designs for the show, and I was looking for a few accessories in the back room, and I found these amazing dresses. I got the idea that with a few alterations, we can come up with an exciting retro line.
These are the outfits I modeled for my very last runway show.
Really? That's even better. Let's find some time for you to try them on for me and let my creative juices flow, yes?
Yes, it could be fun. Certainly would be unique, but I'm not sure I even can fit into these things anymore.
Oh, darling, if you're fishing for compliments, I'm full of them. You still look fabulous. In fact, I'll bet you could fill those even better than you did back then.
Let me think about it. Did you bring any of the new outfits?
Oh, just those. When is that gorgeous new model coming in? I'd love to see one of those on her, but I've got to run back to the workshop. I just came to drop those off.
She should be here very shortly.
Ooh.
Mom, I just can't do this.
Obviously you can, and you can do it very well. You fooled the police officer, and you even fooled Carlisle. Besides, we don't have a choice. The last thing I need is for you to have a police record of drug trafficking. Carlisle won't be a problem, even if he finds out. His designs are all he cares about. In fact, knowing Carlisle, you not being a girl won't bother him at all.
Wait a minute. You're saying you might come on to me?
I don't know, and at this point, I don't really care, because you can handle that. What I'm really worried about is that police officer. I had to promise him you would spend some time with him. He's coming here in an hour.
Why did you do that?
Well, he found the other bag of dope, and I had to tell him you brought it here by accident when they were chasing you. We talked. I pleaded that the stuff was not yours. You picked it up by accident. I begged him to believe me. He listened, and we worked out a deal. He was willing to give you a chance of not getting arrested if I gave him a chance to talk with Corrine. Seems like he hasn't tried to date anyone since his wife died, but that changed when you started to flirt with him.
I'm telling you, this is crazy. I don't look like a girl. I don't think like a girl. I can't act like a girl.
Oh, when I get through with you, you will.
Okay, let's say you're somehow able to pull this off. That horny cop is not just interested in looking at me. Maybe Carlisle will be turned on when he finds out I'm a guy, but I'm sure this cop won't.
You're right. If I could figure out some way of... Oh, go home and come back here in a couple hours. I'll tell Carlisle that something's come up and we can't start till later.
And what about the cop?
Officer Clayton, fasten your seatbelts.
Hello? Anybody here?
I'll be right out. Make yourself comfortable.
Oh, okay. Wow, you look amazing.
Thank you. Carlisle found some of my old runway dress and wanted me to model them for him. I wasn't sure I could still fit into them.
Well, I can tell you they fit you perfectly.
Thank you. It's nice to have an audience. It's so hard for me to tell just by looking in the mirror. Would you mind doing me a favor?
Of course.
I need you to help me make a decision as whether I should go along with Carlisle's idea of my returning to the runway. But you have to be honest with me.
I promise.
I'm going to model this outfit like I would in front of the fashion critics. And you have to truthfully tell me what you think.
Well,
Will you do that for me?
I'd love to do that for you.
Great. Now stand there, and remember, you must evaluate my performance as critically as you can. This outfit is designed for both formal dinners and that can be easily altered so it can be used for clubbing and dancing for dinner. You see the zipper in the back? Mm-hmm. Would you mind unzipping it and telling me if it's easy to do so I can make a quick change on the runway?
Wonderfully easy.
Thank you. Okay, now be honest. Tell me, what do you think?
I think that without you, that runway show will be a flop.
That's very flattering. But we have Corrine, who, by the way, is not feeling well and won't be in tonight.
Yeah, Corrine. She's pretty, but it's a different thing. She's young, immature. You were right. Not right. But there's something special about your maturity. Your poise. There's a big difference between an attractive girl and a beautiful woman. And if I have to choose...
That's very sweet of you, Clayton. You know, after you left, I was thinking. Like you, I haven't allowed myself to even think of dating again, but after listening to you and getting back into this side of fashion, I have to admit I'm starting to think differently.
Yeah, it's a tough decision, I know. That grieving process is so complicated. It's so difficult.
Oh, that's because it's multi-layered.
What do you mean?
Well, first there's loss, then loneliness, then guilt, plenty of guilt. I think that may be the toughest one of all. I'm sorry, I'd love to discuss this with you more, but Carlisle will be coming in any minute. We have a tight schedule.
Oh, I understand. But I'd love to hear more of your thoughts on this. Can I see you again?
Yes. How about tomorrow night? Everybody should be gone by 9 o'clock?
I'll be here.
Great. I'm looking forward to it.
I've been thinking this over. It's driving me crazy. I just can't do it. I don't care what happens. It's my life, and I'll face whatever it is, but I'm not going to parade up and down in drag.
Well, isn't that great? Just great. You decided there's only one factor in this equation, and you don't care what happens to anyone else. Here I did everything to raise you on my own, hoping, unlike your father, you turn out to be someone who could respect and appreciate the people who love you.
What do you mean, unlike my father?
Corey, we should have talked a while back. Had this talk a while back, but I want to spare you the uncomfortable truth about your father.
I'm listening.
Let me start by saying that the fashion world is like the entertainment world, and all the horrible stuff that's been dug up recently because of the Me Too movement is very applicable to the fashion world.
Okay.
When I met your father, I was just trying to make a name for myself as a model in the fashion world, and he had one of the most prestigious high-end boutiques on the Avenue. When the call went out for tryouts for the annual international show, I tried out knowing the competition would be tough, but I knew the important houses were looking for a fresh face. After the tryouts, your father came up to me and said he was interested. When I told the other girls, a number of them warned me that he had a predatory reputation, but I met him anyway. I was desperate, ambitious, young, foolish.
What happened?
Long story short, I became his lead model and fell in love with him. He said he loved me, and I believed him. I told him I knew about his past history of sexual exploits, and he promised me that would stop, and that it had stopped since he met me, and we got married.
Then what?
Fortunately, models confide in one another because they are often looked at by their employers only as products that can be easily replaced. So, after I became pregnant with you, the news started coming back to me about your father, but I decided to ignore it, hoping that once you were born, it would stop and we could have a happy family life.
We were happy. I remember playing with Dad. I remember going on vacations. We were all very happy.
Yes, for a while, until the thing I feared most happened.
What was that?
We were threatened with a litigation by the attorney for an underage aspiring model who was smart enough to take recordings and photographs. That left us with no alternative. We either met their demands or it would be jail time for your father and we'd be ruined professionally. That's what killed him.
I thought he died of cancer.
He did. Liver cancer, secondary to alcoholism. He drank so much he was unable to function. So I had to run everything and raise you at the same time.
Why didn't you tell me any of this before?
Because you were the only thing I had left that had any real meaning in my life, and I wanted to protect you from any emotional pain.
Damn it, Mom. I wish you'd given me some credit.
I was afraid.
Did you forget? You're the one who taught me that the enemy of fear is understanding. And now that I have a better understanding of all this, tell me and tell me straight. If dressing in drag can possibly be called straight. Are we solvent? What's the status of the business? I mean, there must be a lot of competition from all the big houses on the avenue.
It's pretty bad. In fact, the reason I couldn't hire the top model I wanted, I couldn't meet her financial demands, so I had to drop her. I was hoping to find someone I could afford online when all of this happened.
Well, now you've got the most expensive model you've ever had. He, or should I say she, selfishly almost cost you everything that ever mattered to you. But she's ready to pay you back with dividends. Where do we start?
In the back, dresses that Carlisle just brought over.
Speaking of Carlisle, tell me about him. He's kind of a shaky character, isn't he?
Carlisle's been wonderful. He knows all about my situation. He's not costing me anything. He's doing all of this work gratis because I gave him his head start, and he's never forgotten that. There's nothing shaky about him. He's a sweetheart. Please be nice to him. He's very important to us. He'll be here very shortly to see how you're doing. Take the dress in the fitting room and put it on. I have to run over to one of the suppliers for a few items. I'll be back in a little while to help you with your makeup.
Hello? I'm here. Oh, there you are. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Turn around slowly. You're perfect. You make my designs come alive. You are a fashion designer's dream. Oh, damn it, there it goes again.
What's wrong?
Oh, it's my heart. They told me I have AFib, and now I never know when it's going to kick in, and when it does, I feel like, I'm going to lose it, like right now.
What can I do? This is terrible. Can I get you some water? Should I call 911?
What is this? Well. What have we got here? Talk to me before I have another fainting spell.
It's a long story, but the short of it is, I'm Celine's son, Corey.
Yeah, I thought that's what you were going to say. You're doing this to help your mother out, right? What a sweetheart you are. And a fabulous drag queen.
Yes, I'm doing this to help Mom, but I'm not a drag queen.
Oh, the hell you ain't, sweetheart. You are the most passable I've ever seen. Look, darling, when you can fool me, and I've seen more than my fair share, believe me, you can fool anyone.
You really think we can pull this off?
Oh, are you kidding? I can't wait to see the reviews. We are going to make your mother the most famous lady on the avenue. Oh, I love that lady. She has done so much for me. Did you know she gave me my first job in this business?
No, I didn't.
Yes, well, my father wanted me to be a construction engineer like him, but I knew that wasn't for me, and when I told him I wanted to become a fashion designer, he went ballistic and told me that that wasn't a job for a real man and said I was on my own.
That must have been tough.
Oh, you have no idea. I worshipped my dad. In fact, my real name is Carlos, after him. Anyway, when I submitted some of my sketches to the fashion school, they accepted me, but I had to find a way to pay the tuition, so I started knocking on all the doors on the avenue. And that's when I met your mom.
She gave you a job designing?
No, that came later. In the beginning, I was essentially a stock boy, and because I knew how to sew, I did alterations until I got my break.
What kind of break?
Well, one of your mother's most important customers came into the store in a panic. She was hosting a very important dinner that evening, and somehow one of her prize Siamese cats decided to use her hanging garment as a scratching post and ruined the front of her dress!
You gotta be kidding.
No! It was beyond repair, but somehow I managed, using remnants available to me in the shop, and to create an entirely different iteration for her skirt, and she was thrilled.
So one dress made you famous?
Well, in a way it did. what happened was she got so many compliments that evening on her dress and also many inquiries as to who the designer was, and voila, my career was launched.
That's unbelievable.
Well, what was unbelievable was how your mother has always been there for me right from the beginning, and I know she's always been there for you. You've been her whole life, so we have to make this a success.
Promise I'll do my best, but do you mind if I ask you a personal question?
What's that?
You said your real name is Carlos.
That's right.
So where did Carlisle come from?
Oh, well, I had originally planned on launching my line as designed by Carlos, because I thought that would make my father proud. And I told my mother, and she said she wanted to tell my father and get back to me. And well, when she called, she said my father was very upset. And I could hear him yelling in the background saying, I don't want to talk to him. How could he humiliate me by putting my name on women's dresses? And if that's what he wants to do with his life, he's been lying to all of us all these years about who and what he is. He's been living a lie. Oh, I couldn't get those words out of my head, and that's how my new name came about.
I don't get it.
For days and nights, my father's words kept haunting me. Carlos lying, Carlos lying. And well, then one night after drinking way too much, I had a crazy dream where the words ran into each other, and Carlos and lie became Carlisle. I remember waking up with a headache and a name from my fashion line. Crazy, I know. Maybe that's why I never told anyone that story.
Not so much crazy as sad. The rejection had to be awful for you. No wonder you're having heart problems. Speaking of which, do you feel well enough to do the show?
Oh, right now I'm feeling terrific, but all this talk has been way too heavy. Tell me, darling, when did you start cross-dressing?
According to my mom, at the age of 3.
Oh, well, no wonder you're so good. Your mother was my best model ever. She was my showstopper. And now, I have you. And you know what they say? The apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
Neither do the nuts.
Anyway, darling, we have a lot of work to do. We are about to become the Avenue's hottest duo.
You mean Quartet?
What do you mean, Quartet?
Corey and Irene, and Carlos and Lai, with Lai being the star of the quartet.
What are you talking about?
Oh, it's nothing. I'm just trying to get my head around all this. Let's get started. I'm all yours. What do you want me to do?
Oh, well, first of all, you have to understand this is going to require a lot of work. Literally hands-on work. I hope you won't mind allowing me to do whatever I have to do. Make sure everything is fitting you properly everywhere.
No problem. Do whatever you have to do. I'm here for you. Your job is to make me beautiful.
Oh, what was that famous line? This looks like the start of a beautiful friendship.
Anybody here?
We're in here. We'll be right out. Oh, you.
You were in there while she was undressing?
Oh, absolutely. A good designer has to know everything about his model, even about their 5 o'clock shadow.
So you know.
Everything, darling. I know everything.
I knew it was just a matter of time. Are you okay with it?
Okay. Are you kidding? I love it.
Hi, sweetheart. It looks like you two have everything worked out.
We have. It's gonna be fine. We don't want you to worry about anything. But right now I'm kind of tired.
Oh, so am I. I'll walk out with you. In fact, I've got a better idea. We've got to go right by my place on the way to yours. Why don't you come up for a drink? It'll help you relax and help you sleep better.
Sounds like a plan. After all, I do need my beauty rest. Good night, Mom.
Hi there. Nice to see you again.
You too. I've been looking forward to this.
So have I. It's been so long since I've allowed myself time to sit and talk with anyone outside of the business.
I've been thinking a lot about what you said, about the grieving process, the layers, and, well, I think there's one more, at least in my case.
What's that?
Trust.
You're absolutely right. In fact, now that I think about it, that was probably the major factor in my not wanting to meet anyone.
Really? Well, I was referring to myself. I told you my wife was shacking up with her dealer. I never even suspected something I never even suspected she would do, but why are you saying that? You told me your husband died of cancer. How does trust come into play there?
It was cancer that killed him, but what killed our relationship was his inability to keep his hands off other women, especially younger and in some cases much younger women.
Oh, that's awful. I'm sorry to hear that. He must have been crazy. I mean, look at you. You're everything a guy would want. You're sensible, you're beautiful, you're intelligent. I could go on and on.
That's sweet of you, but how can you say all that? We hardly know each other.
Well, as part of my job, I meet a lot of people from all walks of life. And I've heard a lot of stories. Seen a lot of situations. I have a built-in filtration system. It's made me a good judge of people.
Well, I can tell you honestly that when this all started, my first intent was to try and manipulate you into not pressing charges against my son. But somehow, maybe because we've both been holding so much in for so long, I really don't know how it happened. But somehow we fell into a comfort zone where we're able to share some very personal and painful experiences.
Look, I don't care how it happened. I'm just happy it did. I want it to continue. I hope you do too?
Yes. Yes, I do. But before we go any further, you have to read that note. No matter what it says, you have to address it. Otherwise, it will continuously come back to haunt you and interfere with any future relationship. I'll help you any way I can.
Well, if you really mean that, I have a favor to ask.
What's that?
I'll do it, but I'll need your help. Look, I'm on night duty, and when I make my rounds, I'll be able to put the note in your mailbox.
You mean you want me to read it?
Yes. Please? In fact, I want you to read it before I do. That way, we could read it together. Look, I don't know, this sounds crazy. In fact, I don't know how to ask you this, but for reasons I have not been able to explain, I can't face this alone.
In that case, if you really don't feel it's too much of an intrusion on your privacy, and if you really think it will help you get through this, then yes, I'll do it. But while we're on the subject of favors, I have a big one I want to ask you to do for me.
Anything.
Would you talk to my son Corey for me? I've been so worried about this whole drug business. I wake up at 3 every morning afraid of what might happen to him, and then I can't get back to sleep. He keeps telling me he understands what I'm saying, but I know how strong peer pressure is, and I don't know what kind of influence Jason has on him. I'd be grateful if you can try to make him really understand how serious this is.
I know how to handle this. Unfortunately, I have a lot of experience in this, and I know how ugly they turn out if they're not nipped in the bud. Listen, can I see him alone?
Oh, I'll make up a reason for him to come here tonight before you start your shift. What's a good time for you?
Have him here at 8.
Thank you. There's a key that'll be waiting for you. If you want, you can leave the note in the top drawer of my desk when you leave tonight.
I know you get here early in the morning. I'll stop by when my shift is over, and hopefully you'll have read the note and we could talk about it.
Okay.
Hello? Anybody home?
Hello, Corey. I'm Officer Clayton.
Hello? I don't understand why you're here. Mom told me she'd reached a deal with you?
You're right. But what she didn't tell you was part of the deal. Before I let you off the hook, I need to talk to you about something.
What do you need to talk to me about?
This. Do you know what that is?
No.
Make a wild guess.
Some kind of dope?
No, you're wrong. Nothing dopey about that stuff. In fact, it's a very smart powder. It can do amazing things.
Like what?
It makes things disappear.
What kinds of things?
Your independence, your ambition, your self-esteem, your mental and your physical health, and your self-respect, as well as the respect of those who love you. That smart powder can make all those things disappear, and what reappears is a broken individual who is willing to sacrifice everything that's ever been important to him in order to get hold of the ever-increasing amounts his body requires of that smart powder. That's what you're holding in your hands.
Why are you telling me all this? I don't do this stuff, and if I did, what do you care what I do with my life?
I really don't care what you do with your life. But I too care about your mother. And how, if you make stupid choices, you'll destroy her. Like the stupid choice you made to go to that club where those sons of bitch drug pushers hang out.
I went there because a buddy of mine told me it was a cool place to hang out.
That's your other stupid choice. Jason.
How do you know Jason?
The bartender told us who he was. We put a little pressure on him, and he confessed that he would bring guys like yourself there, because he made a deal with the dealers and the pushers that they would give him not only his personal supply of happy dust, but also a cut of any money they got from the sale of the stuff to you.
I don't believe that. I grew up with Jason. I've known him my whole life.
Because of the magic powder in this bag, he's not the Jason you grew up with. He's become a prisoner. And I'm hoping we caught him early enough to allow him to escape.
What happens now?
To Jason? Or to you?
Both?
I think we're going to be able to talk some sense into him. He's frightened, as he should be. And that's good, because it's going to take a lot of pain to crawl out of the cell he's locked himself into. As far as you're concerned, for now I'm going to believe what you've told me, and I hope you believe what I've told you. Your mother's a wonderful lady, and like I said before, I don't really care what you decide to do after hearing all this. What I really care about is what you'll do to your mother's life if you screw up. I know she loves you. That's why I agreed to meet you tonight. Don't hurt her, because if you do, you'll never forgive yourself.
I don't want to hurt her.
Can't put my finger on it. But somehow, you look familiar. On my job, I see so many people.
They say everyone has a twin somewhere out there.
Yeah, you're right. I gotta go now. I'll be taking this with me.
Thank you.
Good morning. I thought you might want to get a coffee.
Just give me a minute.
Okay.
That'll have to work. Thank you. You're a lifesaver. I was in such a hurry to get here this morning, I didn't stop to get any.
So you got the note?
Yes. And I read it.
And?
And you were right. There is blame in it, but she doesn't blame you. She takes all the blame herself. In fact, in the note, she thanks you for all you've tried to do to help her, and she also says that she always loved you. Clayton, this note was written by a woman who cares for you.
It's a very beautiful and very sensitive note, and you're right. I believe it was written by somebody who really cares for me. Just one thing puzzles me.
What's that?
Well, I told you I bought an old secondhand typewriter like yours, but what I didn't tell you was that the keyboard was missing the letter S. So when she needed an S in anything she wrote, she substituted the number 5. So unless you were specifically looking for it, you could easily skip right over it or just think it was a typo. The letter S is very clear in this letter. And its meaning is clear.
Is like a melody that haunts you night and day, just like the strain of a haunting refrain. She'll start upon a marathon and run around your brain. You can't escape.